Hi peeps, good morning. Hope everybody's well. Sorry I just had to pause it then I had toothpaste on my lips. So just brushed my teeth. Just had a nice hot shower. So feeling nice and refreshed. It's great having a nice shower in the morning, just like when you've woke up, just to wake you up. Just washed my hair. So I've decided my hairdresser, she's actually going to put a nice ash brown on my hair. So I'm going to have a nice change, I think. So I'm going to do all that before Christmas. Get all my hair cut and get a nice makeover and get all my eyebrows all tinted and things. So I can't wait. I was going to get a bit of Botox here, but my beauty therapist recommended a bit of cream. Sorry, my nails that day. It's nail polish. Look, just nail polish in between my nails. I ain't took it all off. They're gonna get all gelled anyway. So she recommended some cream, and she told me, my beauty therapist told me to leave the Botox alone. She said, "You're only 40." She said, "Wait till you're about 48." And she said the older you get Botox, the better it lasts and you'll look better. Because all these like young ones, like the celebrities that got the Botox and things like that, if you look at them now, like the Kardashians, like they look older, don't they? Like that is it Khloe Kardashian, whatever she's called? Like she looks older, and that Katie Price, she just looks like plastic, doesn't she? Like all the celebrities, like there's a few on the top of my head, like like Jennifer Aniston, is it? Like she's like not looking natural anymore. I mean, they're beautiful. Don't get me wrong, because if I had all the money in the world, I'd look beautiful. Do you know what I mean? But if you've got the money, you do what you want. It's a personal thing, isn't it? But if I had the money, I'd get some, nips and tucks. I'd get a bit of Botox here. I'd get my lip filled here because when I lost my front teeth, my lip like went down like that, and it's not like come back up. It's like sort of like gone under, and I've like got creases here, so I'd get like a bit of filler here, and then that'd be it really for my face, really. And then maybe I don't know, maybe I'd get my eyebrows like a bit lifted up, like to open my eyes up a bit, look, because they go down a bit, don't they? So I'd get this like lifted up a bit, like to open my eyes up a bit. So that's what I do. That's what I'd do. But there's makeup and that like to do all that, ain't they? So that's what I'd probably do. And that's just about it, really. And I'd like to lose loads of weight. There's saying that this, yeah, I'd like to lose loads of weight, and I'd get a tummy tuck. Would I get a boob job? No, I don't think I'd get a boob job. I'd get them lifted up because I like my boobs. They're not too bad. So they're a nice size. I'm like an E, double E. So I'd get them like lifted up, and then that's it. And then I'd get a tummy tuck, and then I'd work out. So that's, if I had all the money, that's what I'd do. But like working out, that's free, isn't it? Getting your boobs lifted up, that'd cost. I'm not sure how much that'd be, and a tummy tuck, and then I wouldn't be perfect, but I'd be great. And then my arms, like because I'm a big girl, look, I've got a bit of I've got a bit of fat on my arms, so like them you can like do some like workouts, can't you? So I'm doing workout at the minute on my arms, so I'm gonna keep doing that. So it's about exercise and keeping healthy, isn't it? And that's what I intend to do. But I'm quite cross really because I want to get healthy, and I want to feel great, and I can feel great by diet and exercise. But the thing is, I'm on medication that I have to be on medication because I've got bipolar, and the medication is called aripiprazole. And if I'm not on that medication, my bipolar's not stable, and I go off the rails, and I end up getting section, guys. And the aripiprazole I got weird, and I've put on like 6 stone. I maybe even 7 actually. When I went on the medicine, I was 13, 10, and like I'm 19, 10. So I'm a fatty. Do you know what I mean? So I've put on a hell of a lot of weight, and I had a blood test. At the doctor's, and then I went to a clinic called Huawei, and I saw a doctor who deals like with obese people, and he said to me, he said it's all your medicine. He said you've got 5 medicines that's making you gain weight. I've got this science proof, it's all here. I can change some, but some I can't. And then one, you need to go back to your psychiatrist. But the psychiatrist sucks in the UK. I've been waiting a year to get my medication changed. The aripiprazole changed, and that because antipsychotics, they make you gain loads and loads of weight. But for me to feel not normal, but for me to feel a bit of sense of normal, a bit of sense of feeling like what people feel when they are on medication. Do you know what I mean? I have to take this medication, but also as well, like, because I've got loads of health issues. Like, I don't exercise because I can't exercise. I can't do a lot of things, but I'm really, really going to try. Do you know what I mean? It's about trying and doing things in it. Like, I don't want to be one of these women who's like 30 stone stuck in a chair, can't get out. I'm not going to be that, and I won't be that. I'm not fat because of food. And it's like the NHS in the UK now, what they're trying to do is now, if you're fat, they're trying to shove you back at the back of the waiting list and making you lose, like, getting your BMI back in a sensible weight before you can have an operation. Yes, I do agree with that. But people in my situation who are overweight because of medication, that's unfair. Do you know what I mean? Yes, I do agree with it for safety matters, but for people in my situation when it's not their fault, they need to be changing things, looking at medication, getting them off that medication. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to be going back to my GP and, saying to my GP, look, I've been waiting this time and I need to be off this medicine, off that medicine. I'm big. I've been like pushing and pushing now for some like medication, for some Ozempic, but you have to be diabetic and have high blood pressure, and you have to have all that wrong with you, and I've got nothing wrong with me. Like I was like a pre-diabetic, but with diet, I've like turned it back around, so I'm not even a pre-diabetic anymore. So she said to me, she said, you're not a pre-diet. It stays on my records that I'm a pre-diabetic, but I'm not, because they're back in the range now. It's back to normal, like my blood sugars. So yeah, so I'm not even a pre-diabetic. And then my blood pressure, that's like normal. Like my blood pressure's like 100. It was 100 over. It's a bit low actually. 100 over 70 something, 700, and then the second one's 70 something, and then the third one's, oh, I don't know. I don't get it. And then the third one's 65. But they said my blood pressure's low, but it's always been low. It's like never, it only goes high if I'm in pain or if I'm sick or out like that. But I have got really low blood pressure. It's always low. I do get nosebleeds sometimes because it is low, and I have to have bed rest sometimes. So to be fair, like my medical, I am quite healthy in that way. Do you know what I mean? And then considering like I've had like blood clots and stuff like that on my lungs and stuff, like I'm not that bad. And like, I've got like loads of, like, I've got asthma, I've got arthritis in my hips, and I've got loads wrong with me, back problems. But I thought if I get some weight off me, it all stems down to weight, doesn't it, guys? If you get some weight off you, you're going to feel better. You're going to have your mobility back. You're going to feel better. You're going to be able to get around a bit more. So I thought about losing some weight, losing a lot of weight. And then I'll be able to get around a bit more. And then I might not have all these health problems. You don't know, do you? And then I've got a tonic bladder. I'll talk about that next time, what a tonic bladder is and how I've got it and why I've got it and why I've got a catheter in, and I'll talk about that and how you change it and what you do and stuff like that. So I'll tell you about that next time. But yeah, so if you had the money, or coming back to nips and tucks, like what work would you get done? Would you get a breast, if you've got a big breast, would you get a breast induction? Would you get a boob job? Would you get a tummy tuck? What would you get? Would you get some Botox? Have you had Botox? I'm just interested to know what people have had. Have you regretted it? Because there's people out there that have actually had stuff and they've actually regretted it, haven't they? But I've bought this like needle thing and it's like got like water in, and like when I do it, I'll do it online so you can see what I'm doing. And you inject it in here, and it's like it's only water, and it's supposed to get like rid of these. Like, so I do that all the time. I wear glasses, and I'm supposed to wear them, and I don't wear them, and that's why I've got these, I think. But every line, every crease, it's with age and it's with every smile. So you vent them, haven't you? That's what I think. And like it's like that Katie Price. It's like she's had like loads of facelifts, hasn't she? And like she's changed appearance like loads of times, but I don't understand why, because it's not made her look any younger. And I thought facelifts make you look younger, but I don't think she looks younger. I'm not saying she looks a mess, because I'd love to have a body like that, and she's earned it and she's paid for it, hasn't she? I'm not slagging her off or out like that. I'm not that type of person, but yeah, she does look plastic, don't get me wrong, but she has got a nice body and she's paid for it. But as she paid for it, as other people paid for it, do you know what I mean? I don't think we'll never know, will we? Um, yeah, so what would you get done? I'm just curious to know, what have you had done? Put in the comments, and what city are you from? Where are you from? Put in the comments, say hello. And if you're feeling generous, can you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button? I'd love to get to 1,000. Then when I get to 1,000, I'll be doing giveaways, guys. And I've got some nice giveaways. I've got key rings. I've got clocks that I've made. I've got all sorts. I've got shirts. I've got t-shirts. Of the dogs. I've got all sorts. So it'll be nice. So hit that like button. Thanks, everyone. See you on the next one. Bye.